Hello everybody. I was recently asked via email to talk about doing a panorama. We've been doing a lot of panoramas lately, and so I was asked about it. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about it on this little video. Uh, First of all, why would you want to put multiple images together in a panorama? And the answer is pretty simple. To get a great big image, you can easily take a horizontal image, crop it in a little bit, and have this nice landscape panorama. But when you blow it up, you're still limited in your size. So the more images you take, and for this example, we'll be taking a bunch of vertical images and putting them together in one long horizontal panorama. And the reason being is if I zoom into 100% of this image, I'm going to be using Lightroom 4 and Photoshop CS6. If I zoom in to 100%, this is the detail you're going to get. So at 100%, if you can see in this little preview, I'm just looking at a little teeny piece of this. So obviously you can blow this image up just to be a great big image, and you're still going to have just amazing detail in it. That said, you're working with a great big file size, so things will get bogged down a little bit. So what we're going to do is take these vertical images. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Select all the ones that you would like to bring into Photoshop. Right click on an image, select Edit In, and then go to Merge to Panorama in Photoshop. Just click that and watch the magic happen. And actually, it'll give you a menu option. It'll come up here in just a second. Okay, so once Photoshop pops up, and I have Photoshop closed while I'm running Lightroom, just because I work huge file sizes and I don't want them to be bogging each other down, so I always keep Photoshop closed. It'll come up and ask for a few options. It'll ask how you want to lay your images out. You can select auto, perspective, cylindrical. I like to select reposition just because it gives me a nice flat image and it doesn't distort the images. The perspective may be a little off, but if I were to check auto or perspective, it's going to try and automatically correct it to how it should be, and I like how it works in reposition. I don't want to do the vignette removal or geometric distortion correction. I'm just going to leave that, let it do its thing on blend images together, and click OK. So Photoshop takes all those images and puts them all together, and it's kind of an interesting way in which it puts it all together. It doesn't put it in nice even slices. It actually cuts it all up. Let me show you. If I turn off some of these layers, see how it cuts it up into, the best possible fits for everything, just to blend. See up around this little bump right here in the clouds, and cutting across through these trees and stuff. Let's see, this one, kind of a long skinny slice. So anyway, it just puts everything together in a nice big panorama. And obviously, because I was doing this without a tripod, I have some little areas here on the top and bottom where I wasn't lined up exactly as I'm moving across. That's pretty easy to fix. You can select your crop tool and just drag your little handles in here and in there. Sometimes you'll have them on the edges as well, and just set that crop by hitting enter. Because this is so big, it may take it just a minute to crop. And once you're done cropping, because I'm working with only one program, actually while I'm working in Photoshop I do leave Lightroom open, well, I missed some right up there. I'm just going to leave that. I should have cropped it, and you can see a little bit of the transparency back behind, but I'm just going to leave that. And then finally, I am going to flatten this and save it. These you can see are all JPEGs if you look at them. I saved these all into JPEG, export them as JPEG in Lightroom before I worked on it, because the images are so big and raw that it would have taken several minutes to actually process this. So I'm just going to click on Layer, Flatten, and you can also, here's the shortcut, Control F. And I'm working with my mouse right now. I've also got a shortcut on my Wacom tablet that I can use. So that's going to flatten them. And again, even as JPEGs, these are full-size JPEGs, so they are still fairly large images. I believe 12 images a piece, where there are like 40 to 60 images a piece, or sorry, 40 to 60 megs a piece, and the JPEGs are like 12 megs a piece. So anyway, and then because I'm going to close Photoshop, I'm just going to hit X on this, and I'm going to say yes, save it, and that'll save. And once it'll show you the status down here, saving 91%. Once it's done, it will just shut down. Actually, it'll just close this, and then I'll close Photoshop, and then I'll show you the final product in Lightroom. Close that, and it should automatically load it into Lightroom, and it has them both here. You can tell this is the one I just did. It's the one that's selected, and it's the one that's got the problems with it. And there's my other full-size one, and this is a huge image. You can see I saved it here as a TIFF, and it's a collection of raw images, so it's a monstrously large image. And once you're in Lightroom, you can do all sorts of stuff. I could have edited it in Photoshop as well, make my adjustments in Lightroom. Just to show you a few quick little things that you can do, click on your develop module, which is up here. You've got a list of all your different modules. Click on the develop, and I have some presets, but just to show you, if you want to make it a little warmer, you can make it a little warmer. If you want to make it a little darker, if you want to bring some highlights out, make it a little sharpish. This is kind of cool. If you bring the contrast down, bring the clarity up, saturation up to compensate for the lower contrast, bring your blacks down, you can make it kind of a, I don't know if you like that or not, but anyway, and then when you want to reset them, just hold your Alt key down and you can click reset, and it'll reset all of these things. Alright, I'm going to move that back somewhere in here. I'll bring my clarity, all that back. Change that. There we go. Okay, so that's how you make a panorama in Photoshop. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email, comment on Facebook, or however you want to get in touch with me. So again, here's the before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images, and there's the after. And it's a monster image. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Bye.